Close.
Yo, welcome to Team RaddTitan, and this is the weekly collectors chat. If you don't know already, I'm George. Hello, and welcome to everybody that's been waiting. Apologies for the delay. I was having a bit of dinner. It's been a long day. That slightly scruffy, homeless-looking vagrant over there is Alex, and we're going to be running through the collectors, basically chat of the week. So we're going to be breaking down some latest updates. We've got some exclusive stuff from Sideshow Collectibles, also the latest shares from like PCS and everything going around there. Who were the statue company? They won the award for Statue Company of the Year last year, so they've got a massive load of updates that they've been doing almost on a daily basis. I'm seeing new things. It's been a busy week, and there's been this big drama, so we're going to be covering that. I just want to say a big fuck you to Jan as well. Hope you're watching, bro. We'll be running through some of the behind the scenes stuff, the stuff that we know. There's things that we know that we can't say, both from both sides, from XM and from Legendary Beast Studios, Jay. But we will be talking about what we can say and what messages they've got for you, and going forward, what it's going to look like. So hope you're here. Stay tuned for it. You know, it's no hold barred. Any questions, anything you want, we'll be running through that. I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Speculative Fiction, as well. They're sponsoring this week's chat, so mad love to them. And let's get into it, man.
Yeah, no. So now saying, yeah, it's a busy week, but also it's busy. PCS have been busy. Seems like every week they're putting out new pieces, and yeah, it's crazy, absolutely crazy. What's your week been like? Have you actually ordered anything this week? Because you've been, oh, you did, didn't you? Because I had to pay because I sent the money across.
Yeah, I've the better rate bill.
I'm going to need a whiskey for this one.
He set me up with that question so he could fuck off and leave. He's got absolutely no interest in the answer.
I got the shit.
I got the plan up.
Yeah, fucking you're 4 donkey.
Yeah, your retarded goat donkey 4 thing. Yeah, I've got the better rate bill coming in from ATF, so that's been paid up and done. So that'll be shipping out soon, which is awesome. Yes, did that. I am really tempted, actually, in picking up their Blue Marble. I'm very, very tempted. I think I'm gonna get it.
Get who?
I'm gonna get it. Yeah.
Who?
They did like a character. You know, he's from like the Illuminati. Like his name's Blue Marvel. You know, that white, the guy with the white sort of cape and the blue bits. And I really like that piece. I'm reading of the latest, Thanos run. The 2023 sort of 2024. Yeah, enjoy Thanos comic, and he's popping up in there a little bit. So I'm like,
I've heard of him.
That's nothing to buy. I like the statue, so that's enough.
Yeah, I never heard of him really. I mean, I can't really say much bad about Battery Bill because it's one of my favourite little stories with Thor.
It's a really nice statue that looks. That looks a really nice piece.
It does look nice.
I saw a Nurse Craven today as well that they did, and I was like, they did so many fucking things. So I saw Nurse Craven, I was like, oh, I like that.
Yeah, he's another busy guy, isn't he? Another busy guy.
But yeah, I mean, it's been like that. So that's been done. That should be on the way. Skeletor is also on his way. Tweethead Skeletor from Sideshow is on his way. So
happy birthday to your twins there from Jonathan.
Oh, man, God bless you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Someone messaged me. They sent me a screenshot, and they go, "Oh, your boy Gio's having a go at Jonathan." And they sent me the screenshot, and I read it, and I'm like, "Are you fucking retarded? Is there more to this conversation?" And the guy's like, "No, but clearly Gio's got it in for him." And I'm like, no, Gio's like, I can't remember what Jonathan said something. You just responded back going, "No, mate, actually, it's this." And he goes, "Oh yeah, I see your side of it, blah blah blah." And that was a whole fucking thread.
No. Wait, listen, it was nothing. It was nothing. It was like a PCS thread. But the reason why I commented is because I was confused, because it was like the writing, the post was like, like a little bit of going after pop culture shock. And I was like, oh, PCS Collectibles, as they are now. And I was sort of like, yeah, okay, cool, what's going on? I looked at the I looked at what the screenshots were, and the screenshots were of Pop Culture Shock explaining that there'd been an issue with the factory regarding the shredder. Like one of the swords is meant
Oh,
to
the
like
sword doesn't go.
the sword
Yeah,
hilt is meant to actually be out, so that when you've got the sword in his hand, you've got just the teeth instead of the actual hilt, which is into it. But they actually glued it in the factory. So they're like, look, don't worry about it. We've sorted it. We're going to send you out replacements. We're not going, replacement parts. We're not going to charge you. Just relax. And I sort of read the post, which was like going after them. And then I looked at the screenshots and I was like, actually, this should be commended. This isn't like Venom Arise where like people have gone mad and where the fuck is these plugins and all this stuff. And then loads of people are posting and people are talking about it, and then XM respond. This was actually like done beforehand. This was pretty much straight on point. Like, we've just heard that this is going on.
Yeah.
We've had a word with the factory. It is a mistake. We're going to rectify it. So I was a bit like that. It seems to me like they're taking accountability of their mistake and they're also giving you a solution and they're going to rectify it at their cost. I couldn't understand where the issue was. So I was just looking for clarity, really. It wasn't like I'm going to go after you. I mean, it was more just I'm confused. What's pissed you off here? I don't get it. But then people are like saying he's got a little bit of a problem with PCS at the minute. He keeps going after him, or all this sort of shit. There, So, or that he's going on them hard. That's just for me. My response was just like I'm not understanding. Because it sounds to me like they did the right thing here. What are you seeing that I'm not seeing? Because sometimes it might be that he would respond and go, actually, this is what's happened. And I'd be like, oh, shit, all right, I didn't know that part. You know what I'm saying? Like when you come into a conversation slightly late or something, the words in the post didn't match the screenshots. I was well confused.
I didn't know what the thread was. All I saw was your response and then Jonathan going, oh yeah, I see your point of view. It's good to hear another point of view. That's why I like this hobby or something like that. And then I was like, that's not an argument, you fucking idiot. What's wrong with you? You
know what happens if I'm going after someone. It will get fucking meaty real quick. But it wasn't the case. I just was trying to find out is that the issue.
Picture including your preferred drinks. It's true though. The picture that the screenshot does show our preferred drinks. Although I'd honestly rather have a cocktail than a Guinness or a Scotch and a whiskey. I don't like the thing is I've got a problem where I don't actually drink like soft drinks really. I don't drink sugary drinks. I don't actually like them when they're overly sweet. And when I eat like I was going to say candy because most of the people are American watching. When I eat like sweets, I just eat and I have to eat the whole fucking pack once I get the taste of it. It's quite weird actually, considering I don't like soft drinks at all unless it's alcohol.
I remember once we came for a statue meetup and there was about maybe 10 of us. And Alex obviously had his usual fucking half a packet of crisps, couple of drinks, and about 17 Mars bars on the thing. And no one ate them but him. Like literally nobody liked Mars bar. So he must have had about 7 or 8. It was
dude.
Like
I literally I spent like. I spent like 40 quid on things. I did actually buy like it was crisps. I bought chocolates. I bought drinks. And then I bought ice creams as well. I spent like 40 quid on them. Do you remember? I had Solaris.
This is what I'm talking about. Man. See how you get part of the conversation. So he spent 40 quid, but what he's negating to tell you is that he didn't offer anybody an ice cream and he kept all the crisps in the fucking cupboard. So he put one crisp out and he gave a couple of bars and he's like,
I gave Mike a Solero and told him to go and eat in the garden so no one else saw. Brendan, I blame Alex for gossip. I think it was Brendan who sent it to me as well. Even in all, I love that artwork there, Leon. I was actually just looking at that artwork a second ago. Gleason. Hey everyone, hey Brendan, how you doing? Nice guy. Summer Brothers. Capital, Mr. Captain Capital. He's not listening, is he?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. When we had a statue meeting, my wife made like homemade sausage rolls and nachos, like proper shit. Alex gives you a Mars bar and a fucking what them shit sweets drumstick.
No way, it was actually fruit. It was Fruitellas, you fuck nugget.
Anyway, Fruitellas, I much better.
The point is, the amount of times people came. The amount of times people came to my house was how many times?
Thank you.
See, now he's not annoyed. And now, how many times do people come to my house? How many times they go to your house?
Oh yeah, I don't. They get one visit round there, and you
He
can
had
fuck
about
off.
like fucking 20 visits in my house. And
Yeah,
once they
you're right
bitched,
about
well, the point is as well, is once they bitched about the fucking layout, I didn't do it again. So fuck them.
that. Yeah,
What was I going to say? Yeah, Captain Capital. What do you call him? Is it Capital King or
Caplock's king.
Edwin
Yeah,
Diaz? I can't remember the name now. Anyway, what happened was Edwin won the piece from Spec Fiction. He won the Estarossa Seven Deadly Sin piece, the diorama. And he basically, Todd said, you'd have to pay shipping because he's in Puerto Rico. He responded back going, okay, I know that the other Edwin Diaz, he's in Florida and he actually likes the anime, so give it to him. So, you know, that's a really nice thing to do and really awesome for Edwin to give it to the other.
that's an important thing to remember about this community as well. There's a lot of guys in fairness. I mean, we've over our 200k sort of 100k to 200k giveaway. It took us. It's hilarious. We did a 100k giveaway, and we gave away so much shit that by the time we were done, we were at 200k.
205k. We're on
So
205k.
205k, but we went up 100k in subscribers in the time it took us to give our things away each week.
Yeah.
And I have to say there was like more than a person who basically was like, this guy, I know this guy really wants this, send it to them.
Omar
And
did
that's
it
what
with Transform Star Wars piece. Omar said,
that's what this
give
is
it to
all
Paul.
about, man. This is what makes the community the best in the world.
And I even
For the
joked,
picking and nagging and all that sort of shit that goes on sometimes, there is some fucking gems out there, people that are really good people.
yeah, I even joked with Four and said, hey, Four, because Omar gave you his prize, you're going to have to give Omar your prize. And he goes, so be it. And I go, I'm joking, mate. It's yours. I'm joking.
Yeah.
But he was like, oh, okay. Yeah, you could have given
Always
it
one
to
of
him.
them cats, man. It's like me. He ain't motivated by stuff. I don't think so. I think if you asked him to do something demeaning or say something that was against his moral compass, you could offer him anything. I don't think he'd do it. I don't think that's his vibe at all.
Yeah.
I'm sort of a bit like that myself. So, but yeah, I mean, been a crazy week really
Purple
as
red
well.
suit, yo.
We've had a lot of again, the drama sort of machine has reared its, I don't want to say ugly head because this sort of things happen. And I've got to be honest, I don't think I ever looked at this collaboration that was going on between Legendary Studios and XM as something that was going to last. I always knew that it was eventually going to shatter into 1,000 pieces and it would be messy in the process as well. I've got to be honest, I didn't think it would be quite this early. I thought that it had more legs in it. And I mean, I really felt like Jay at Legendary Beast was only getting stronger. Like his stuff was just getting better and better and better every time. So like to see it cut down so early, I think it's pissed a lot of people off. I've had a lot of messages, a lot of PMs, a lot of people sending me details, screenshots, conversations, videos, all sorts of stuff. See up, George. That's all.
Pics.
I've had all that.
People can have arguments without hating each other. Yeah. Well, the thing is that happens a lot as well. Is when you disagree with like a statue thing, people take it really personally sometimes. Take it very personally. Free Venom plugins. We don't have to all agree,
I'll
but
be
we
back
can
in
be
1 second.
respectful.
Got to
For
put
sure.
Georgie to bed.
Piggy Hey Bud, Travis C. Bellington, RaddTitan figure red #1. Thank you very much. Walton Chunky, hopefully XM can redeem themselves regardless of how they handle it. Ben and Hang need to let their PR team handle their responses. The funny, actually, I probably shouldn't even admit that, but the funny thing about the actual piece that they put out was I helped them write it. So, yeah, I said to them, look, you need to deal with this. You need to kind of diffuse this situation. You need to make it right. And I helped them actually write the message, which we're going to talk about soon. I need to buy XM Studios Apocalypse statue. Travis, if you go on to Speculative Fiction, they actually had it for 50% off very recent. So I don't know if you're whereabouts you're located, but if you're located in USA or Canada or somewhere like that, there'll be worthwhile looking up spec fiction because it was a really good price. Really good price. Rob Stealth, how you doing? Yo, what's up, everyone? Julian, Christian, English people can't say candy without sounding like a better. Yeah. I literally nearly said it, and I thought to myself, I'm going to sound like a right bellend if I say that. How you doing, Slifer? Good to see you there. Colin, good evening, gents. I did send the your details off to Queen, so we're waiting on that. Hopefully, we'll see what you get. Don't disrespect drumsticks. Yeah, Gio was bitching about him last week, man. Bitching about him last week. Brennan's a rat like that. Sounds about right. Everyday statue collector selling your apocalypse statue. I don't have one. Red stuff. Yeah, Alex D Geek, 205k. Yeah, we're climbing. We're still going up. AC Luda, how you doing? Travis Bellington, is that a skunk? 205k like a boss. What's up, Jesse? What's up, Edwin? Omar, thanks, man. I'm going to crack open another one of these. Okay.
Sorry about that.
Cheers, Omar.
We got daily duty calls.
Good morning, gentlemen. Omar done a super chat there.
Oh, thanks, bro. I got a beer just in time. Thank you. Here's to you, man.
Edwin Diaz. Leon was really looking forward to that LBS Spider-Man. Robert Stealth. There's a Legend Emperor. Hey, buddy. Sup, Walton. Sup, Edwin. And everyone talking to each other. Omar, Dante Hicks. How you doing? Supernova Moore. Salute to Alex and Gio. How you doing? There we go. At the end of the comments for now. So should we go on to the business part of this? We did actually, we asked for Jay and Ben to come on to the live. We asked them, like, come on here, kind of iron out your differences, kind of say your part. We mentioned that basically while you're saying your part, if the other person can't keep quiet, that's probably more Ben's side. We're going to mute the other person's mic so you can get your point across, make sure your point's covered and whatever else. But Jay said that, he didn't feel comfortable on the live show and that he just didn't, he thought he was in a position where he's more likely to say something that he would kind of regret in a live setting. And I don't really blame him in that environment. And Ben was happy to come on here. Ben was still willing to come on. Ben is a public speaker. He can talk, so he's not got any issues there. So yeah, we decided in the end that if Jay is not coming on, we're not going to have one or the other on. It's going to be both of them or neither. So that was kind of the situation there.
It pretty much should. I mean, my issue with it was I said to Alex two things. One, I think there's a public perception sometimes that we all take the side of XM. And I think the reason why that exists is because we basically were the people that were talking about XM before anybody else was. We were the ones sharing and promoting and going over to Singapore and sharing everything before anybody bothered their whole to do so. So there's now always been this link between RaddTitan and XM in a lot of people's mind. I mean, ain't we the XM dick riders or something? I mean, we were them for, like, because we were promoting and sharing their stuff and we were talking about them and that nobody else was. Unfortunately, that's part and parcel of it. And I felt that by having Ben on here today and him talking and him having one side of the story to give, and we don't have the other side really to defend itself, that we would just be playing into that part again, which is, we're taking their side, that they're right and Jay's wrong. Now, like I've said before, information has come from multiple sources regarding this, and I have a lot of information that doesn't look kindly on people, certain people. So I don't feel comfortable with somebody coming on here and I have all this information and I can't share it. So it's really one of those ones where it's like, look, write a statement, a couple of points that you may want us to cover and talk about, and we'll go into that. We're not going to touch the financials on this because that's a big part of it, is the numbers. Okay. There's been accusations that Jay's not been paid for a really long time, and there's numbers here that he owes this and somebody owes that, and it can get very messy, and numbers never lie. So by saying something, we're talking, we've got no way of knowing if it's true or if it's right or if it's accurate. We've got no way. So the best thing to do is to talk about it, about what we can say, what points they are happy for us to sort of share, and just go that way. It's a more responsible way to handle this rather than picking a side and going out. And I felt that because Jay was the person that commented first, who did the public announcement first, that he was breaking away from XM, that he should be the person to explain that decision before anybody else starts talking. If I said tomorrow, I'm leaving, RaddTitan, I'm finished, and I'm taking it with me, and I'm not having Alex involved anymore, or vice versa, whoever was the person that made that statement first should be the person to explain it before another person gets involved. So speaking of which, this is good timing now. This is Jay's sort of comment. This has been slightly updated from the first draft.
This is the update.
Basically, I think the Thanos was also cancelled, and that is now hanging in the balance. Apparently, depending on what negotiations with XM go like. So we'll see how that goes. Do you want to read it, bro? Or?
Do you want me to read it? Please, it's all the way over there. Legendary Beast Studios would like to inform our valued customers of a change in our distribution agreement with XM Studios for all Disney Marvel licensed collectibles. Effective immediately, Legendary Beast Studios will no longer be collaborating with XM Studios on future projects. This decision impacts the following previously announced XM Studios Legendary Beast Studios Prestige Series statues. Thanos under negotiation. Wolverine cancelled. Venom cancelled. Spider-Man cancelled. Pre-orders for the Iron Man statue will not be cancelled as this piece is already in production. Existing orders will be fulfilled by XM Studios. Please note, fulfillment will be subject to XM Studios settling their existing obligations relating to this statue. We understand this news may be disappointing, and we sincerely apologize for any disappointment it may cause. Legendary Beast Studios remains excited to unveil new and innovative projects in the near future under our DC line in the Prestige and Wacko series. They did some cute kind of chibi things called Wackos. For further inquiries regarding this announcement, please contact our customer support team at customercare@legendarybeaststudios.com. Sincerely, the Legendary Beast Studios team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'd just like to add also that while Ben was willing to come onto the chat, actually Jay has been hospitalised with pneumonia and has been quite sick due to the stress of all of this situation and how long it's been going on for. So we have to take that into account. He's saying that that basically there's been issues going.
Do you want me to read the other one?
Yeah, but he's saying that there's been issues going on nearly a couple of years, nearly 2 years, and that he's been dealing with the stress for all that time. So it's like, he says he's needed some time to recover. I don't know how long he was in hospital for, but he was in for a while. I think he's still
he was
in
in there when I spoke to him the other day. So George asked Jay if there's anything he would like to add. He says, I'm thankful for XM for the opportunity given to us and the chance to show our capabilities and creativity. Whatever differences is due to the situation right now, which I understand fully. But we are partners, and he should understand me as well, that the payment should be remitted when it should be remitted, as that will make both our businesses going and more products be out. Unfortunately, I was exhausted on the toll of the pressure from the factory and them, which has made me decide to quit. I was hospitalized, and that is the sign that I should stop the partnership. I have had sleepless nights for months now due to this issue. Did you say what's the second part as well?
Yeah, what was the other bit? It was a bit behind.
Just to make it cool, just to make it clear, I think that's meant to be. I love Ben and Sang, but with the current financial situation, made it harder for both of us to partner. Maybe he can help me distribute LBS 1/3 in case I have the chance to get my own license. He's talking about that. We can be partners in distribution, and I will be liable in the quality control. And I'll
Yeah.
be and then going forward, I will take full blame if the quality is not good, not them.
Yeah. Because if anybody doesn't know, at the moment, the agreement is that XM deals with the distribution and also the quality control, which me and Alex have discussed. It's actually really complicated. It's actually really difficult in a way, which you have to understand XM sort of thing here, which is if, when we as collectors see the prototypes, when we see the renders, when we see the designs and they're good, which they are, they get a lot of like sort of hype and love, and it's like, yeah, this guy, he's the next Jesus, and all this kind of business. And when things get in hand, if the QC is not great or the prototypes, outshining the production pieces by a long way, which they should, you get a little bit of grief. So XM seems to be catching all the shit, and Jay and Legendary Beasts are getting all the props, and that's also a very straining relationship in that regard. Even with myself and Alex, we've been best friends for 35 years, maybe now 37 years, and we're different people. We have different ways of being, but also you can fall into a stereotype of this sort of situation, and you find that I become the villain even when it isn't me, and Alex never gets any of the shit even though it's him. And that can be tiring at times.
This isn't about us. This isn't about us.
No, but my point is if you're the guy that always gets all the criticism, it's tiring. It can get annoying. You're just lucky that I don't really give a shit about anybody else's opinion. Otherwise, me and you would be like, oh, you take responsibility. You need to say it's you. I just don't care. So if people think I'm the bad guy, I'm happy to be the bad guy. It's no problem. But my point is that some people find that really taxing. And I do believe that this probably was pissing XM off a lot, that they were getting all the criticism and none of the creative praise. And I think that's hard. I think they were just a bit like, fuck it, we might as well just do this shit ourselves if that's the case. And so on and so forth. But this is Jay's statement. I've spoken to him numerous times. I've always had a lot of time for Jay. He's a lovely guy. So I'm glad he took the time to express himself and to put this forward.
And XM actually put out the statement as well. So, dear collectors, we trust this message finds you well. XM Studios would like to update you on a recent development in our partnership with Legendary Beast Studios, LBS, regarding the collaborative efforts to produce a line of Marvel 1/3 and 1/7 statues. The framework of our partnership involved XM Studios overseeing the factory operations and license approvals, while LBS managed the design stages. Unfortunately, both studios have faced challenges that have impacted on our collaboration. In light of our current situation, we have noticed the significant popularity of the 1/3 scale line amongst the collectors. To ensure the continuity of the for those who have invested in our for those who have invested in or expressed interest in these pieces, we are exploring the possibility of LBS continuing the line by obtaining their own license. Please continue to support LBS if they choose to pursue this option. If LBS decides not to proceed, XM Studios is obliged to fulfill the line as per our contractual agreement with the licensor. This involves the creation of 14 additional designs that were initially committed to by LBS during our partnership. As the current ownership of the designs lies with LBS, we will adapt and redesign them to align with our unique style. To reassure collectors, XM Studios will continue to collaborate with LBS to fulfill the existing pre-orders for the LBS Iron Man 1/3 scale statue. Our top priority is to find a resolution that best serves the interests of our valued collector. We understand the significance of these collectibles to you and appreciate your continued support. Thank you for your understanding as we navigate through these challenges together. Yours sincerely, XM Studios. So yeah,
I just want to say that also, that part of the reason why a lot of this stuff is actually happening is because of I don't want to blow our own trumpet, but our involvement in it is try to find a resolution and actually trying to help both parties, as made it, and we were actually doing really well navigating through that, and we almost had them where they were going to come on and talk, and Alex managed to like talk Ben, and I was talking to Jay, and we were talking to each other, and we got to a stage where Ben was like, I'll help him get his Marvel license and all this shit, and then some fucking tool decided to start leaking private conversations between the two all over fucking the groups, which was absolutely like catastrophic for the conversation, because
that
now
person is
Ben,
meant to be an LBS fan, and he posts a lot of stuff on some LBS groups, and then he posted these screenshots, and Ben like messaged me straight. I was actually talking to Ben at the time, and he literally forwarded it to me, and I could see the screenshot that it was forwarded to him, and basically he's like, who the fuck is this guy? So he's a guy, Logan Cole Gray or something. Looked it up, and I'm like, I have no fucking clue who this guy is. Look him up, and he's like comments on some Legendary Beast group. I said, Jay, do you know who this guy is? He's like, I have no fucking clue who that guy is either. So the worst part about that then is Ben's like, well, if Jay didn't send it to this guy, obviously Jay sent it to more than one person because he doesn't know how he's got to this guy. So then that made Ben quite annoyed at the time. So I can understand that, Ben being a bit peed off about that. This actual comment here, I wrote the first draft of this, by the way.
Yeah, I know. It's funny because you struggle to
I
read your own fucking sentences, you pleb.
I wrote the first draft of it because I spoke to Ben and I said, look, this is getting a bit out of hand. This needs to be dealt with. And he sort of said, how do you suggest we go through with it? And I said, well, is this possible? Is that possible? This. And I said, you need to write something to diffuse it, but you need to be careful how you write it. And he goes, how would you write it? So I sent him the first draft. Obviously, then they've added, they bulked it out a bit and added more in there. But, I think it was needed anyway. It was needed to not, it was needed to basically sort of address the situation, to show they're looking into it. And again, we got him to kind of say, if we can, we'll get the Marvel license over to them. It's not as simple as that. It's not as black and white as that. If you have an agreement with Disney, which they have, if they have an agreement, what happens is every year you present them with your, what you predict is going to come out the following years. So for example, in 2024, you'll say this is 2026 or whatever, and you'll go like, so what we're going to do is we're going to do 12 quarter scale pieces. We're going to look into 1/6 scale, if that's what they're going to do. I don't know. And also we're going to do a collaboration with this. They don't need to mention that, but we're going to do 14 or however many is going to be released that year of 1/3 scale. And then Disney Marvel will come back and go, okay, so that's 12 of them, 14 of them. Okay, you owe us this much money upfront. So then if they go away and say, all right, we're not now going to do these 3rd scale pieces, Marvel, Disney are going to go, okay, well, this now still should cost you more to do the other ones because you haven't got that bulk buy.
That's right. Yeah.
And now LBS will have to pay a much higher rate for these pieces if they can get the license. Also, you got to remember that XM's under a hell of a lot of pressure from Marvel anyway, all the time because of the Sideshow side of things. So Sideshow are always breathing down XM's neck about what they're doing and why they're doing this and why they're allowed to do that, and they constantly kind of talking to Disney about it. So XM is in a tough spot. So again, I don't know how this will be going forward. And again, it will be likely that if Jay's in the state he's in now and he's saying, look, I don't want to do it anymore, or whatever else.
He's telling me he don't want to work with XM anymore.
Well, yeah.
His words to me is that, you know, he wants to close that chapter. He doesn't want to work with them no more. And I've got to say, you know, it sounds, you know, it sounds to me that it's, you know, from his side of things, it's failure to pay him and basically making his life difficult and wanting him out of the sort of creative aspect of it. They, you know, for a couple of years. So, you know, he was talking to me about the problem. The problem I have, like, we've talked about the statements and all of this business. We've talked about talking to Ben and talking to Jay and all this shit. I'm going to tell you my problem from my perspective is timing. I don't like the timing of this. And the reason I don't like the timing is because this is how it looks to anybody. I think anybody who's roughly got an IQ above 60 is probably looking at it like this.
I didn't see it then.
Right, yeah, not you. I think people are looking at it like this. The XM basically went, we don't care about this license. You go and run with it, right? You go do something with it. We're going to concentrate on the 1/4 scale lines and stuff that we're doing because we know that that's what we're doing. That's the sort of staple. And I think Jay really made something of it. And I think it was only getting better. And the problem now is how it looks, timing wise, is that they're not happy with the fact that he's taken a big piece of this pie and the credit and the praise and is doing well. And it's basically like a kid that gives somebody their ball to play with because they've got 6 balls, they don't care about this one. They're like, go play with this. And then all the popular kids start playing with that ball and everyone's having a great time. And they look over and go, no, fuck this. They go over, just like Streets of Rage 2, and they take their fucking game back.
Was it 2 or 3?
It was 2.
Yeah, fuck
with
you.
Jax and the fucking skater kid, DJ, I think it was. Anyway, my point is, it looks like that. It stinks like that. It's like, I want my ball back now.
Yeah.
You can't play. And all the kids, come play with me now with the ball. You're having fun. Come over this way. It stinks of that. And that's really, really not good timing. If, for example, they weren't doing so well, or orders weren't particularly great, or Jay was getting some fucking shit because of his designs, and then they did this, I don't think it would be so bad. But he's getting nothing but praise. All of his projects are just getting better and better and better. And it's just been snapped now. And it looks shit. For XM, it really looks shit, timing-wise. And morally, I know collectors, there's a lot of people out there that I really respect, Omar being one of them, and he can fucking smell this shit. He don't know no details. He's like, yeah, fuck them. He is not happy. And them guys, them cornerstone guys who know the game, been in the game a long time, they're not going to like this, dude. They're not going to like how this has gone. And I don't care how many shows he goes on or how he angles it, they're not going to believe anything other than that narrative, which is, you know what, give me my fucking ball back. I'm going to take this shit and run with it now. I've had enough of this guy having our license and doing well with it. You know, it just doesn't look good.
I mean, basically I had a conversation with Ben and I said that to him today. I said from an outside point of view, this is how it looks. This is how it looks. You know, companies are struggling. You've given a license to someone, and basically, it's doing well, and it looks like you're taking it back. And he was like, you just said no. He's just like, you know, obviously, I don't know, but he says basically the thing is it's making him money. So why would he do that when he's got other projects to focus on? The other side of it as well, I think from, if you totally pull yourself away and you look at things and you think of it from a business side of things, you look at it that, you look at it from, if you were in business with Ben or if you're in business with Jay and you look at it that way of how things are coming out. Again, I'm big fans of both Jay and Ben. I've known them for like close to 10 years or longer. But like one of the things which is a big problem is Jay has shared way too much. He's been way too vocal about a lot of things, and he's been very like, obviously these screenshots have come out which have caused a big problem. If you're in business and you're in and it hasn't gone to shit yet, because obviously it has now, but it hasn't gone to shit
Yeah.
yet. You shouldn't be sharing these things. You're kind of fueling that fire before it's happened. So, with those screenshots that came out that Logan Cole Gray, whatever his name is, put out, potentially XM could take legal action because that's a personal conversation that's happening to discuss things. They could. So that side of things is a bit
Messy.
okay. You shouldn't be doing that at all. And then I've seen that guy that you said fuck you to at the beginning. Basically, he's saying loads of things where he's going,
Dan
well,
suck a cock.
people are going, well, I know this, Jay's told me that, I know this. Again, I don't know who Jay's told and who's told someone else has told them, and whichever way it's gone. But too many people have heard too many things, and it's obviously it can only come from one place, and I think that is detrimental to the business. I don't think that is something that is a good thing that shines well on Jay, regardless of he's doing great statues, he's doing great projects, he's done very well for Legendary Beast. But from a business side, you shouldn't be sharing those things. You shouldn't be having those conversations. You shouldn't be bitching about your partner in public. Those things are a problem. You haven't. I don't think anywhere XM Ben has gone, hey, um, you know, fuck LBS or whatever, and this is LBS's fault. This is this. I don't think that's happened.
I'm a family, I can't remember who the fuck told me. It might actually know who told me. It was my wife. The rule of one. It's the rule of one.
About sharing
You
secrets.
tell one person something, they always tell one person. And that is exactly what it is. It may be that Jay's shared that with someone genuinely that he trusts, that no one would share it. And I mean, that person, we all have people like that. I share things with you that I probably shouldn't share with you.
I don't tell
You know?
anyone.
Yeah, but the point is that that's
Dude,
the
by the
point.
time we get off the call, I've forgotten.
Yeah, but it helps that you're a bit brain damaged. It does, it does help. But my point is that it is a rule. It is as sound as fucking gravity. People do say it may just be their wife. The wife tells a friend, and a friend tells a friend, and somehow it finds
You told
its way.
Jenny, you told your wife about my my lump on my testicle that time, and I didn't tell. I told you not to tell anybody.
The question is, how did I find it? Not who I told. But the point is that rule is pretty sound.
Stephen, this is all Stephen's fault, by the way. This is Stephen who started all of this shit. This is Stephen. There.
Stephen sounds like a shit stirring name, doesn't it? Stephen.
Yeah. Stephen. And then he puts up his name as Mad Wog 72. God.
Yeah, you're just looking for death.
Yeah. It's a tough one. It's a really tough one. And I just happens, the conversations have been exact stuff, social media. Exactly. I mean, I agree with this big time. I've said this to Ben and saying many times when I worked with XM. Also,
they need to stay off.
They I actually said it to Ben today. I said a lot of things to Ben. I need to tell you something afterwards. Actually, it's quite funny. But I told Ben saying, "Look, just don't reply, please." And then I would be, because I was working there. I was like, I will reply. Let me leave it to me. I'll be constructing my answer, and all of a sudden, fucking Ben would come in and do it. I'm just like,
fuck your cat.
my God, why? This would have been a simple one fucking message answer, and now you just like, this is my fucking evening now, you fucking ass. But it's the same as even and he's very passionate. He's been through a lot, but he can respond like quite hot-headed, and there are times where Ant should stay off social media. I'm trying to think which other companies really. There's a few of them, but like mainly XM and.
You know what? It's very hard because they care.
I know that's the point. Is
and
they're
it's
passionate,
so,
and people online like Jonathan, God, they know how to push buttons. So
that guy's playing PCS like a fucking SNES game. button bashing the shit out of that Street Fighter fucking 2 Turbo going on in that fucking guy's house. But the point is, we will be the people that lose. That's the truth. We will be the people that lose, because there's people that, the collectors will be the ones that lose, and that's why we busted our ass to try and get it as soon as we could have got it. We busted. We really did. And I'm hopeful that maybe the damage is not too severe. That in time, a little bit of time, things will calm down. I'm hoping that Jay will come on here and field some questions and have a chat with people, when he's sort of feeling in the right frame of mind to do so.
I said to Ben today, I said, look, one of these things as well you have to bear in mind is, there's a lot of stress at the moment, and Jay's actually in hospital with pneumonia. There's a lot of shit going around online. There's a lot of people commenting, and I don't know. I know Jay, but I don't know him that well as to say I don't know whether he's kind of with being ill and with all the shit going on, he's just cracked under pressure and gone, fuck this shit, fuck you, fuck this, fuck everything, and just gone, I need to focus on me.
It's very possible.
And I said to Ben, look, that is something, and Ben can be reasonable, and he said, there's a few things that need to be addressed, but he doesn't seem to think it's irreparable. He says,
That's positive.
as long as Jay addresses certain things, then that's not a problem.
I mean this with all due respect. I really do. But at this moment, based on the work that's coming out, I think they probably need Jay a little more than he needs them. I think Jay was doing really well with that license, and I'm concerned about, because XM's overcomplication of every fucking design at 1/3 scale is going to be a problem. If they move away from this museum and they start picking stupid fucking references for characters that nobody gives a shit about, it's a problem, and they do that. So for me, XM haven't been the power. They haven't been on their shit for about 4 years now. They've been a bit off. So
the public side is that the art director has moved on. I don't know whether he moved on or been whatever, but he's gone. So they allegedly are having a big shake up internally, and they have some big projects coming, which allegedly are going to be like wow. One of the problems,
it's the wow that's the problem. Not every piece can be a show-stopping piece. Sometimes you have to stay
this is why I wanted
to the reference part.
This is what I wanted to talk to you afterwards about. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
This is exactly what I wanted to talk to you afterwards about.
Yeah. Because he's getting that sort of angle right, and it's a trends thing. XM started the trend years ago. They started the trend of making things that never had been made. They broke that simple balance that Sideshow that Sideshow created. They broke it. They broke that fucking matrix. And they went, you know what? I'm gonna make fucking Ghost Rider on a bike with loads of flames. I'm gonna have the fucking front wheel up in the air, being held up by flame. You're fucking off your tits. You think anybody else was making shit like that? You must be mad. In that era, in that time, when that was being made by XM, no one was anywhere fucking near that level of engineering design. No chance. We were dealing with one statue, one base. Fucking, if you were lucky, 1 foot was in the fucking air. XM turned around and ripped the fuck. They ripped
back
the fucking
in that time, it was all like Captain Morgan. Every statue was Captain Morgan.
Yeah, but you know what happens? It's like now there's been, I don't know, maybe 5 years or 6 years of those dynamic, aggressive pieces. When people are moving more towards space-saving museum, but really good sculpts, clean work, right reference art, using the right fucking portraits and the right designs. That's very popular. I mean, for me personally, that's where I'm at. I'm right in that mode at the moment. I don't want anything too dynamic at the minute.
You've literally just got on to the whole thing I wanted to talk to you about afterwards. There's a little bit more to it, but yeah, it was a funny conversation. It was a funny conversation how it came up. But basically, we had a conversation about XM and about how XM are at the moment. And I said very, very honestly, I said, look, to me, if you take away Iron Man suit up, what is the last standout piece that XM did? It's going to be one of the Superman. Not even the Superman diorama was okay, but the Wonder Woman's good. The Batman one is obviously the best one, but that was back in 2020, I think it was. If you go so when I said to him today, I said, look, the pieces, for example, which Omar mentions, Maestro, White Knight, you're right, Jonathan. They're amazing pieces, Maestro, yeah.
No, but
I said,
but before you start, Maestro, I'm sorry, it isn't. Maestro, the best part about Maestro is all the extra shit you get. That ain't the best fucking Maestro. That ain't the best reference art suit that they picked for his design. They picked a pose as well where he's covering most of his face. They're mistakes. Nobody wants to talk about it. That's fine because you've done $3,000 on a
you
statue.
can
That's your
change
problem.
2 hands, though, can't you?
Nah, the other one with the handout with the weird gauntlet thing, it's no good, man. Maestro, the best part of Maestro is the Sentinel head base he's sitting on and the fucking canisters that go around it. That's the best part. The facts are the Maestro that's sitting down is not the best version of that Maestro. They picked a modern sort of from his comic run, but that
Well,
comic run of Maestro comics that they did. They didn't pick a classic look for him at all. They picked
I
a
don't
sort
know
of
actually. I mean,
modernized look. It's
I
not
think
great.
I think Maestro is actually one of their much better pieces anyway.
You're
My
being fooled.
example,
You're being
well,
fooled by the singing
no,
and
no,
dancing,
not at
mate, the
all.
lights that go
One of
around it. The
my
show has got
example.
you.
Anyway, listen to my point. I said to them about how when I was in Singapore, the Maestro is a great piece. It is when you see it in person, it has wow factor, and regardless of if you like the suit or not. I mean,
I don't think Maestro is great. The statue is of Maestro. That Maestro Hulk, I know that character, and I love that character. And I'm telling you, that's not a great representation of that character. The base is good, and all of the singing and dancing parts that go around it are excellent. But they should have spent more time on that fucking character than all the singing and dancing shit that went around it.
all right.
The classic Maestro from
Well,
Bowen, the suit where he's in the blue trousers and the workman boots, and he's got the fucking proper suit on with the proper medallion, all that shit look better. They've picked the modern 2022, maybe
maybe.
2022,
Well,
the
as well,
Maestro run on his
they
own.
get
They picked
pressured
that
with a
suit.
lot. They get pressured by Disney to do certain things anyway, certain looks. But anyway, I know here. Okay. Anyway, regardless of what you think, it was a very popular piece within the community. But anyway, my conversation with him was about when I was in Singapore and I looked at the symbiote Spider-Man. I said to him that piece looked like it was from 5 years ago. And when
Yeah,
I then look at it, I'm like, this isn't XM. This shouldn't be XM. I then look at Loki, and I'm like, there are elements of this okay, but it's the faces are terrible. And then there was one other piece I can't remember. There was another piece, but I'm just like these pieces are and I spoke to the art director, and I said to him, you know. I don't like this Spider-Man. This just like it's so outdated and it looks like it's an old piece. I don't like the Loki faces. And he's like, yeah, me neither. And I'm like, but you're the art director who's approved these. This has all gone through you. And he's like, yeah. And it's just like when you have someone with that kind of attitude, then you can see why it's kind of
nothing,
gone
nothing done
downhill.
yet. Yeah,
And,
nothing yet.
I look at Batman Beyond, and he was telling me in the video, like, oh yeah, this represents that Batman Beyond goes through portals, he goes through this, he does that, and then these then have got elements of all of the previous statues on the base. So he's got the Catwoman thing here, and he's got this and this. And I'm like, yeah, I don't see it. I don't see that. Without you telling me that, I had
Yeah.
no fucking clue what's going on because this is a mess. And I said all this to Ben today, and he's like, "Well, that person's gone now. That person's gone. We have a big shake up at the team. There's so many things coming." He goes, "If you want, we'll have a call and we'll go through all the new designs and we'll show you what is coming." And I'm like, "Let's do it. We'll do it. We'll go through that, and we'll see if the next M are moving forward or what they're doing." But
Listen,
yeah, it was an interesting
I'm,
conversation.
I'm a Man United fan, right? which means I'll tell you something now. Recruitment is everything. Get you the right person in to do the art direction. Get people in that are good, and because I've got to be honest, I think Jay gets it. I think Jay gets what people are wanting. I think he knows what the vibe is at the moment, what's selling and what was popular, and I think he's on the pulse of that shit. I have to be honest with looking at how he's how he did how he's doing the Legendary Beast DC and the Marvel stuff. So they need somebody who is on point with what is actually going on at the moment. Yeah, it's still king. You're fucking right, Emperor. It is. I just listen. What was the last one?
The Sentinel head base is my favorite part, and it's on the back.
Yeah.
I think one of the other points to mention though, and then we'll move on, or if you want to respond, it's up to you. One of the things you have to bear in mind, and I know that Jay is getting a lot of praise and he's doing a great job with the design with LBS. But what you have to remember is Halimar. When Halimar was making custom statues, they weren't very highly regarded. There was a lot of I remember seeing the Beta Ray Bill, and that's probably one of their best statues. And they're funny enough, they're Maestro on throne, and they are
horrible.
Yeah, but they're most highly regarded pieces. The Beta Ray Bill is actually a really not really nice, but really interesting statue the way it's done, because it's the Galactus bust is actually really nice, but then it looks like it was two ideas kind of merged together. So it's we got a Galactus bust and we got a Beta Ray Bill. Let's put him on top of that, and it just doesn't marry up very well. But individually, the Beta Ray Bill looked cool, and the actual
let me just say this as a response. You're only as good as your last fight. You're only as good as your last game. Why the fuck are you talking about Halimar for when you've got loads of LBS designs as the last ones he did? What are you talking about that for? How fucking desperate do you want to sound here?
No, it's because...
Well, it is a bit. You're bringing up old shit stuff from a company that's fucking was never fucking great. And you're using that as I mean, he had the Marvel license with a 1/3 scale, and he did pretty well with it. So why are we talking about Halimar for? Why are you talking about that for? Do you want me to talk about fucking you? Do you want me to talk about you when you were 13 years old, or should we move past it and talk about how you are now?
No, it's because the collaboration with XM
doesn't involve design.
Has made the statues better. So
doesn't involve design. He makes the statues
as well.
They don't do the designs, bro. He does the designs. They want to do an XM design. That's what they want to do, and that's fine. But I've got to be honest with you. I think that he did well with the Legendary Beast Studios Marvel line and the DC line that he's working on. But he's done very well. You've got to judge him on that stuff. There's not judge him on Halimar. That's just not. Can't be talking. I can't even believe you're bringing Halimar up. It's basically taking XM and going, let's talk about how XM used to recast statues first and just judge them on that. Do you want to do that?
Recasting, but yeah, anyway.
Would you prefer to do that, or would you prefer to move on and talk about XM currently as they are today?
Well, that was also,
doesn't work, does it?
The point I'm making is
you made a bad point. I would move on.
It weren't a bad point at all. It was the fact that he's getting all the praise, and again, he has done a great job. But it's also XM has added to that as well.
Yeah. Oh, that again, that becomes a discussion of what's real and what's not. Because at the minute, I think what I'm hearing is that he does the creative and design aspect, and they do the distribution and QC. But again, this is what you're told. I haven't seen the contract. If I saw the written contract, then I would know.
I'm told they do tweaks as well. When Marvel goes, hey, change this, then they change it. But I don't know.
You mean they change it? They don't tell Jay, and they just change his shit.
No, they'll discuss it, but then because when you look at something, for example, with Ramal, when Ramal kicked off, Ramal Chopra, when they did the Brown Wolverine, and he goes, XM fucked up my design. They did this, blah blah, and then basically XM, when they went to the licenses, they said change the belt, change the angle, change the so they had to change it all, and that happens all the time with, you know, even Daniel Bell. When Daniel Bell used to do for XM, they used to do these things, go to the licensor, and then they would have to change like the last 30-25% of the statue. That's
Yeah.
how it works. So
So
they were always they were always very much like they didn't like to name the sculptor. I like that when they wouldn't like to go, this is a Daniel Bell sculpt, because in-house changed the last 25%, which makes it happen. It makes the last part of it. And
really hard. It's really hard because I don't agree with any of the things you're saying. I don't. I never agreed with XM not naming their sculptors ever. I think that's a disgusting use of. It's basically, I know from the industry that I work in that doing that is a way to take away the power of the person that's doing the job. By not naming the sculptors, you make it that it's XM. Everything is XM. You take away the individuality and the talent that's gone into the work. I do not agree with not naming the sculptors at all. And I think the 25% excuse is bollocks. Absolute bollocks. Marvel's changed this, so we've had to change it so now your name doesn't get on the ticket. I don't accept that at
no,
all.
it's
That's
still on there
fucking
when
shocking.
they post it. They
Alex,
still
if you
do
wrote
post it.
something, if you wrote something or designed something or built something, and I changed a few words and then said your name ain't going on it because I've changed a few things, what would you say to me, son?
Clearly, you don't know me very well because I can't write and I can't fucking build. So
I don't agree with any of them policies. I just have to say that. I just don't. I think that we've always, in fairness, we have always said you should name your sculptors and your art designers, and you should give the credit to the people that are doing the work because that makes them, know that they're doing a good job. You get a pat on the back, they get a PM, they get a message, they get a fucking whatever. It's a nice thing. You don't need to be like a sculptor works for XM, painter works for XM. It's no good. It's a way to monopolize and to basically unidentify your is to keep it just your product instead of the many voices and hands that worked on it. So yeah,
but there are times though it's more the older way, like when it used to be. But like they used to, like Sideshow, for example, would have people who just sculpt hands, people who just sculpt heads, people who sculpt the body, and they would have these separations in it as well. So
named
then
them
to
though, didn't they?
say, well, they list them all, but they don't say who does what. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
then
they don't need to do that. Their name is there.
but even now they'll say, people will go, "This is a Daniel Bell sculpt," but if you go onto the website, it will have 5 names.
Yeah,
So
maybe. I
people,
mean,
so
in
people, so
terms of sculpting, there's usually about two. I think there's usually about two, maybe even
uh,
three for sculpting.
sometimes there can be quite a few. It depends on how complex the piece is. But again, it's like, when you look at the XM Sanity, I think there were like 7 sculptors on it.
Did they name any of them?
They did. They named them all. But I'm just saying.
That's what needs to be done.
Yeah.
But it's anyway, I think we've exhausted this as much as we can. The point was we tried to help and we tried to get it. So, the best sort of outcome would have been I personally felt one person at a time on the chat and talk to them. And I would have posed some very awkward questions. I wouldn't have been so nice. Like, even with Jay as well, I would have really put him into the squeeze as well, as just as much as I would Ben. Because Ben won't come on it. Ben ain't coming on here and bossing me. Maybe you, but not me. If he come on here and start talking this nonsense, I would tell him, no. So you've got to, it has to be that you make him a little bit uncomfortable and get to sort of as much of the truth as you can. But I completely understand why neither. Like, I think Ben doesn't give a shit. He'll come on here and he'll talk. It's fine. But I don't think Jay wanted to sort of get into any more of it. I think he just had enough.
I think
I got the
Jay.
impression when I was talking to him, I
Ben.
really tried.
Sorry.
Yeah, I really tried to get Jay to come on, but I've got to be honest, the last few messages of him were just like somebody who just felt beat a bit. I think he just wanted to go do his own thing. He wants to get away. He just wants to get away and do his own thing.
I think maybe people should give Jay a little break. Give him a little breather. Let him take some time out, and literally give him 2 weeks away, and then readdress it then. I think he needs, that time away. I really do.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be he's bombarded by messages because he's been so kind of open with communication about LBS, which is a great way
Yeah.
to be. He's built up a very good fan base, but at the same time, it's exhausting. And when we started like RaddTitan, my messenger would go crazy. George wasn't even on Facebook, but my messenger at that like when we started it, being like constantly people chatting to me, people asking advice, people this, that. It was, it was a lot of work, and I can imagine being an actual business and being okay, people buying from you, asking reassurance on pieces or giving you suggestions of what to do next. All these things. It's non-stop, and especially
it'd be that on like max, wouldn't it? It'd be like what you experienced just turned up, probably like 100%.
yeah.
But anyway, the most important.
Huge congrats to Barb's as well. She's going to be a grandma.
Really?
She's going to be a grandma.
Barb looks like she's about 17, bro.
We had this conversation. She's the same age as us, right? And I just said to her, I look like I'm 30 years older than you. Jesus, woman.
It's them. It's that like Latino bloodline, bro. Them girls. It's like. Was it How Messiah?
Someone sent her a creepy message today when she posted about being a grandma. Someone's like, "Oh yeah, you're one hot grandma," or something. She's like, creepy. Yeah.
But anyway, to end the note,
you're a hot granny or whatever it was. I can't remember what it was.
You're a big gilf. This the most important thing is that let's just hope that no doors and no one's done any irreparable damage, like truly irreparable damage, the relationship, because the truth is that you never know in this life when you're going to need each other. So the best thing is to try to leave it in a semi good place, because it's never fucking good. So let's hope that they can rectify it, maybe work together again in the future. You heard Jay's statement there. He's very thankful for the opportunity he's got. And you heard Alex say that.
He's always been openly thankful. Jay's always been openly thankful for it.
Yeah, and Ben has said that there's nothing that's been done that's irreparable. So there's hope. There's hope. Let's leave it on a hopeful note, and then get on with the chat now, because I think, unless there's any questions, but I think that's pretty much as good as we're going to get.
War Junkies like, damn, what hotel minibar did you rob for those drinks? This is still my my Christmas advent calendar that George got me with 24 mini bottles.
Are you licking those whiskies? Are you not drinking?
Yeah, look, man, I've done look, George, look at the screen.
George. Oh dear. You can hear my missus behind me. She should not be here when I do these chats.
God, what's she saying?
She's like, hold up a minute. How comes you're getting all the fucking credit? I went to Costco, so I fucking picked it up. I fucking paid for it. I fucking brought it home.
Thank you, Jenny.
I transported it to you.
Thank you, Jenny. He really made out like it was him.
And anyway, it's from your godsons. That's what she's saying.
Yeah, no,
they love the Lego, by the way. George Will tried to steal it.
Huh?
They love their Lego.
Oh, yeah,
George Will tried to steal it. He took all of the new ones over to a corner, then covered them in pillows and tried to hide them from his brothers. Little shit.
Yeah. What do you want to do? Do you want to go into the pictures, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, let's go. We'll do like half an hour.
All right. So what we got then is, if I change, I still got this line.
Ooh.
What's this 9.8 baby? Oh, it's casual no problems collecting CGCs, or
must be. And it's right in this chat.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I think he's doing CGCs or something. I don't know what that is. Hey, Jelena, how you doing? Yeah, there you go. So this is the King Ghidorah. This looks pretty cool, doesn't it? The bust.
Looks amazing. Who is this by? Do you know?
No idea. It just popped up, and then I've seen that someone holding it as well.
They're
I was,
holding the like raw sculpt, didn't they? It's not painted, I don't think.
oh,
But
actually,
it's-
okay. This is a bus. I like the spiral one though, whereas the full piece, no.
yeah, that's nice. Yeah,
Oh, 9.8 is Danny Lee's nickname. We ain't getting 9.8s anymore. Yeah, this looks
that's
cool.
really nice. But I'm quite
Yeah.
excited to take all to see like the new Empire at the end of the month.
Yeah. I still need to watch King of Monsters. No, what's the one with Walter White?
The Walter White's in the first one, bro. It's 2014 Godzilla dies in that.
Oh, I've seen that one. What's the one with then the Stranger Things girl in it?
She's in King of Monsters and Kong one, Kong Godzilla one. Godzilla King Kong.
I didn't see them two. I haven't seen those two.
Yeah, there it is. Look at that. It's awesome.
I actually think the Spiral one's better, though. To be honest with you.
Yeah, but this is just a bus. This is a really cool bus.
Yeah. This is Prime one.
Yeah, this is like there's some in-hand pictures of some of the stuff that's been released this week. So this is the Prime one, Joker versus the Batman sort of diorama. Looks really nice. He's got epic collection and all.
Yeah.
Portraits look hot. Looking good, man. Looks real nice.
That is nice. It's very nice.
One
One
thing
third
is,
scale or one quarter scale?
I think it's like, I mean, I can't even tell, bro. It's big, though. It looks big.
Yeah, it looks massive.
I'd like to say 1/3 scale, man. That's a 1/3 scale piece. For sure.
No, next to the bus, that could be quarter.
I'm not convinced. I'm going 1/3. That's my claim.
Yeah.
Could be wrong. I like this as well, actually. This,
what are you going to say? No, what are you going to say? Isn't this where what?
I was going to say about the vat, like when he falls into the vat. He isn't the Joker when he falls into the vat, is he?
Yeah,
Comes out
so it's a bit like
Joker.
he's fallen into the vat. Oh, here's 1/3. Okay, she's one. Yeah, so you're right. He's kind of going into the vat, but he's already the Joker. Yeah.
Maybe it's just a fight. Maybe they're having a fight in some sort of chemical plant. But it's just funny because you
associate it with that. Yeah,
you associate it with his origin, don't you? So it would have been really cool to have like a switch out portrait that maybe has no makeup.
Yeah,
that would have been pretty cool.
We're going to talk about that, Eric, if we get to it. Don't worry. This is then Radd, which looks great. They're Jaggy. The Jaggy looks really good.
I think this Radd is really nice. I think their Jaggy and Radd really top shit. I don't really like their Kenshiro, but
Kenshiro's nice, but he's got this weird thing with his fringe.
It's a shame because I think he's the weakest of the three.
Yeah, Jaggy, I think is the best actually.
I really like this. I always like King Radd though.
Yeah, Radd's nice, but I think Jaggy's better. Even though Jaggy's the kind of weaker character, because I don't even think Jaggy's in the original, because I think originally it's Toku. So it's not actually Jaggy. Yeah. -1 as well with Godzilla. That's got to be coming soon.
I hope so.
Yeah. Yeah, this looks really nice. God, man, I'd love that line, but Prime 1 are just so fucking expensive to get to the UK.
I know.
I'd love that line, and I'd love the Rusty Angel as well.
I'm surprised you didn't bite on that, you know.
Rusty Angel or this?
Yeah, I thought you were going to bite on that. I thought you were going to go.
Still might. Then you got the Conan half scale here, and
we've got some new pictures of this, which I think are deserved. I think, you know. So you get him and you get his mum.
In the house.
Is it just me, or does the sword look short, or is that just me?
I mean, I don't know Conan as well as you do, but it looks short there. You know,
I don't know if it's the pose or what it is, but I always feel like maybe the sword isn't that long. I don't know. Just remember it not being bigger in his hand, you know.
I remember being in fucking Spain, and where you could buy all these swords, knives, and all this shit, and they had a Conan sword, and it was like when I was like 14, it was the size of me.
He's coming again.
Was that?
Georgie just keeps getting up, coming down the second time gone. So
no, I'm saying when I was like 14, I was in Spain and they had you used to be able to buy swords. I used to be able to buy them like when you were whatever age, and basically the Conan sword, it was the size of me. And I would have probably it's like 1 meter 4 or whatever.
Thirsty.
So, yeah.
Okay. Let me just get Georgie a drink of that in a sec.
All right. So yeah, the Conan there looks great. You've got the different bases there. If you get the gold, you get a switch out base, and yeah, you get the sword as well. Looks nice. Looks really nice, actually. I think people were saying about the portrait not being great, but I think it's cool. You got the sheath then in the on the hip and down the leg. Looks great. And this is a definite upgrade from the 1/3 scale piece. People are saying that they prefer the portrait on the 1/3, but I think this looks pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. I prefer the base of skulls, which to see afterwards. I don't know why there's two of them there. What's it? Oh, different swords. You can swap out the swords. I prefer that. They're more like for a set of base with the skulls. Yeah, very cool.
John looks at me. Brady punching here. Good night, John boy.
Yeah. What do you think about this? Some people are saying that this is the 1/3 scale piece is better than this one. Some people are saying.
The one that we got. We got sent those, didn't we? I don't think they're better than these.
No, I don't think that.
I don't think they're better than them at all. I think the portraits are better. I'm sorry.
Oh, apparently in real life, the sword in real life is only 38.6 inches.
Yeah, then that's spot on. Because I have a katana sword up there. It's like 40, 41 and a bit, and it looks close. So that's spot on.
That sounds quite short, though, doesn't it? Wow.
I had this feeling like, is it short or is the sword like genuinely not too long?
Yeah.
I have to say, I think this is a massive improvement on their 1/3 scale.
It's a fucking huge improvement.
I think this is light years ahead.
Huge improvement.
Sorry, I do. Yeah.
Warpaint looks great. Look at that.
It does look great, man.
Again, what we've said every week, and we said like many, many times, is that it's a hard one because you have to look at the price point and you have to look at the fact this is sculpted in polystone, the hair and all that business. It's not silicon. It's not $5,000, and it's not punched hair. So you're not going to get that detail, but it still looks pretty damn good.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. There you go. Then you got the skin version. I like the warpaint version more though.
Oh yeah.
But I do like how they've changed the actual whole outfit now.
Yeah, it's
whole outfit's different.
This is now him sort of on the sand, isn't it? Versus him in the Crom's Palace. Yeah.
Yeah,
great anatomy, great work on that. I mean, I really like the Frazetta.
Well, even here, when you look here, like the sort of texture of the skin, it all looks great. It all looks really good.
It's a huge improvement from their. I mean, this is a massive for Conan fans. This is huge. Great piece for them to get. I think what I like the most is I think that PCS have listened to the criticisms of the 1/3 and they've put them into play for these ones, which I think that's all you can ask for. 100%. I think that's all you can ask for. You can basically say, this is what I don't like about X, and then when Y comes out, you hope that somebody's heard you. So well done. Fair play. Looks good.
Hold on, I realise we're cock blocking Todd here. Look at that. Look. Take that away.
Yeah, fucking cock block.
We're all cock blocking him, aren't we? Let's get back up there. Yeah, I mean, I think they've improved it big time, and texture looks great. I'd love to see it in person. 100% love to see it in person, and I do think. I mean, I can see why.
Love to see Warpaint. Warpaint looks.
Yeah,
nuts.
I can see why. Like, and gets wound up because he's obviously working his fucking arse off to get these
Yeah.
pieces out. I mean, the amount of releases he's had lately, he is working fucking hard, dealing with licenses, dealing with factories. All this stuff takes a lot of time, and the number of projects, number of teasers they're putting out, PCS are really, really up in their game. Someone actually said to me the other day, they're like, PCS are kind of what XM were in, 2015, 2016.
It's a
And
great
I
shout.
said, I said to them, that's a great shout. But also, what you have to think about is PCS are doing it in a much harder time.
Yes, good point.
So they deserve a lot of
Yes,
credit.
good point.
A lot of credit. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, they didn't get the best statue company of 2023 for no reason. They got it because their pieces that they came out, the stuff was just really fucking top grade. And
It was also that payout they gave us, but that's something else.
Yeah, we can't talk about money. I would actually like them to sponsor this chat, so I might reach out and see if they will.
Then you've got Devastator, which is 45 inches high, 41.5 inches wide, 34 inches deep. This is absolutely huge. To put this into perspective, Grimlock is 31 inches high, 40 inches wide.
Shit. Now, this is a little bit more of your remit, my friend, because I'm afraid that this is what you used to like have a little bash for. So, like, this is not my jazz. How good is this for like their G1 sort of Transformer stuff? The stuff that you watch, is this hitting the mark? Is this
I
the
think
right
it is.
stuff?
I mean, I think this is like, because I think the thing with XM and XM gets a lot of stick with is XM basically took a lot the artistic liberty. They said it was G1, but they took artistic liberty with a lot of things. This is kind of like a statue transformer, and Devastator is huge. He's a fucking monster. I mean, like, you have to think about his his left leg, so on the right,
Yeah.
that's basically one Optimus Prime. So, yeah, that's basically how it is.
Awesome.
3,800 bucks.
How much it cost?
Yeah.
Big money, bro.
Love
it's a big
to
statue,
see
but it's big money.
PCS do a
What's the ES? Is it low?
75, I think it was. Baraticus to go with that Devastator. Baraticus actually fights Devastator, I believe. Head is way too small for his body. I mean, you say that, but I'm sure they've done the measurements. I'm absolutely sure.
I mean, and they were always like little P heads, didn't they, in G1?
They always got little heads because they kind of tuck in, don't they?
Yeah, they got little P heads.
Apparently, it's not G1, it's modern day. Okay.
Really?
I thought it was like he's not much bigger than Metroplex and Fortress Maximus, Alex. No, but he's bigger than fucking Megatron and Optimus Prime, which is why I was saying Optimus Prime is one of his legs. So yeah, he's huge. Huge.
When they've done a killer job on this, man, this looks
add
great.
another $500 to shipping. If you're lucky,
you get like free. Yeah, you keep dreaming. You got
got to UK,
3-port brakes, switch out right hands. You've got fucking loads going on with this.
Switch out gun, drill. It's a nice bit. I mean, it looks cool, and there's a lot of fan base for Devastator. I remember when I mentioned it about started announcing it, and people go crazy about it. But yeah, I think it looks cool. It was very cool.
Yeah, big. I think that. I mean, like I said, this is a bit more you would understand if this is right or wrong. I just think it looks the shit. I don't know.
I keep calling this the wrong thing. I keep calling it Goiza, like the fucking
Goza
dumplings, but Goza. Goiza's the little prawn chicken dumplings.
There is no Dana. There is only Zord.
When it comes to time, putting to something, When it comes to time to put something into 3D, some changes are acceptable in my opinion. Yeah, but again, it's like they will measure it. And XM again, I can't remember the piece, but fucking Sang, man, I said to him, this looks a bit out of scale, and he goes measure it, and I measured it, and it was exactly right. Like I measured it with this fucking tape measure I got.
Yeah,
Like,
I always get that
go
with
like
ATS.
this, go like
They're
that, like
massive. They're
it's
big
well out of
statues.
scale, well out of
It's just
scale, like well out of scale. Measure the leg to the fucking knee, the knee to the hip, the fucking waist. Oh, no, okay, I measured all of it, added it up. Okay, that means that. Okay, and I'm like, fucking spot on. Fuck you, Sang. I think it was Bane actually. I think it was the Bane. I think
yeah,
Bane. I've said Bane looked too underscaled, and then when I
yeah.
measured it, I was like, it was exactly
Yeah,
what
but you
he
said in
measured.
person. You said in person. That's not
No, in person it looks underscaled. But then when you
really.
measure it, because he's crouched over and whatever else, when you measure the limbs and you do it, and then you calculate it and you go back onto Wiki and stuff like that, it's like, oh, it is what it's meant to be. Yeah.
Mm.
It looks great. Impressive statue. Whoever gets this, talking about the Devastator. I'm sure Devastator would sit on top of a DTOF. I was talking about this the other day, actually, and I said about how we were talking about statues, and actually, it was funny enough, Bob's, who was in the comment above, and we were talking about how there's a picture of Bob's, which I screenshot the other day because I had to show it again, where she's picking up Magneto, white Magneto from XM. She's picking up like this, like it's nothing. And
Well,
I remember, sorry,
it's well heavy, that statue.
this is the point. I went back to um, XM and I said, "What the fuck is wrong with you guys? You guys, you only make
Holy
statues a
shit!
decent way. You fucked up, whatever." 2 days later, we got the statue in. We did a review at my house, and it was like we moved it from the table to another table or whatever.
Enormous.
We did a review. We're like, "What the fuck? This is really heavy." But there's a picture of fucking Barb's just holding it like this in front of her. It's like
Yeah,
literally like, and that,
yeah, but
it's like,
she's got fresh as a daisy face as well. She's like looking
yeah,
at it. She just
she's like
doesn't look
looking
concerned at all.
like smiling like whatever, and I'm like, what the fuck, And then I had to go at XM about it being lightweight, it being like, oh my god, this, and then we got it in and realized it was really heavy, and then yeah, she just basically made everyone look bad.
Barb's is like fucking lifting some serious
Superhuman.
like fucking shit in her
Super
personal life,
fucking
bro.
human. She's like bathing in fucking virgin blood or something, not to age. What's
Yeah,
that? That's
she's
like
like eating babies in her spare time, that girl, because she isn't aging and she lifts fucking 20-kilo statue like it's 3 fucking pounds.
I'll send you the picture actually because I've got it on my phone.
I've seen it, I remember it.
Yeah, but the point is, her face is like literally expressionless, like literally. And so that goes back to my point because the person said about putting this on top of a DTOF, it'll be fine. The Devastator. I literally put the imaginary mods on top of 2 DTOFs, but when I lifted it, I nearly fucking prolapsed. Seriously. Fucking arsehole nearly dropped down, man. Seriously.
That's brilliant.
Where is that screenshot? Where is that? Oh, there you go. On my phone, right? There you go. Can you see it? There's like, it's a fucking ring. Now the ring's come up. You see, like there's Barb's holding it. Let me zoom right in. But like literally, she's holding it, and the smile on her face. You see that smile?
Oh,
She's
fuck you,
holding
Bob,
this,
man. What's that
hold
about?
this statue like it's absolutely
What
nothing.
you bicep curling? Fucking 20s aside or some shit. Fucking loony.
Yeah, god damn it, woman, making us all look bad.
Fuck's sake.
I've been watching some disturbing videos. Apparently, I watch a lot of disturbing videos. Anyway, next thing, and then also they're doing the Optimus Prime, Carrick Brothers. Loads of detail in there, doing the jetpack side of it as well. It's going to be another big piece, another huge piece. Shredder, we did this last time.
No, this is in-hand pictures now.
We did it in hand last week.
Did we? I got a few pictures of this.
Yeah. But it
It's
looks
starting to trickle into collectors
amazing.
now. It looks fucking great.
It looks absolutely amazing.
I mean, look it up there. Look at that.
It looks stunning. It looks so good. Yeah. That's a phenomenal piece.
It's amazing, isn't it? The light. You look at that picture there. You look at that picture.
Sorry, Volcano, where did they come from?
Probably last one.
Then you got the Hulk. We'll do the Hulk and then we finish off. I'm going to have to go because my baby's going fucking mad. So this is the Hulk premium format. And this was the kind of tease there.
I'm going to stop now. I've had a bit of whiskey, but I'm going to stop because my baby's How the fucking game has changed, eh? Oh my god, I couldn't shut this cunt up
so obviously
now.
they showed like 4 Hulks on there. So they showed this one, red one, grey one, and then obviously then it was always going to be another version without the shirt, wasn't it? It was always going to be a different head like that. So that's it, like a classic.
I really like the classic. I really like it because it's like 80s. It's like the era that
almost, isn't it?
No, it's like it is like the 80s, like the 80s cartoon. Like the Bowen did a couple of them as well, like from a cartoon that we like. I've got to be honest. I don't need a green because I'm loaded up with the transformation and that's not going nowhere. But I am tempted by the grey, you know. No bullshit. I'm tempted by the grey.
Well, I prefer.
I need a grey Hulk, and I don't like
all that orange shit everywhere.
I like it.
I don't like it.
The rip best. I can't dig it, man.
Yeah.
I think that's great, and I have to be honest. I love the way that Sideshow do the grey Hulks, like the paint. Really like how they do it. I still think
Comic is better than this.
This is a picture. Let's see this in person. I mean, when you watch the video of it and you see it next to the girl sitting there, you're like, yeah, that's a fucking meaty Hulk. That's a big old piece. I like it. I think it's nice.
I mean, I don't like this ripped orange shit all over. I don't know.
Yeah, I do. It separates it. It brings it.
And then with this one, that head looks like Zac Efron in that new movie where he's doing the fucking wrestler thing. That looks like Zac Efron. Not obviously not the body, but he looks. What's that?
Von Erich. It's the Von Erichs, isn't it? Yeah, it's Texas.
I don't know who it is.
Von Erichs. It's the family that he portrays.
Iron Claw.
Yeah, it's the Von Erich family.
Yeah, but the head looks like fucking Zac Efron, not the body. It looks like a caricature of his character there. And then the red one. My problem is the thing with this is obviously
Stuart Murray fucked this for me. I think it's Stuart Murray that fucked it. Or no, it wasn't. Who the fuck said that it looks like I'm yawning?
Well, Stuart Murray said like it
someone
doesn't look enough like Superman for me to pre-order.
Someone said on the comments, it looks like with a red Hulk, it looks like he's yawning, and I can't unsee it now.
Yeah. My problem is the fact that they all have the same body, and in the comics, they don't all have the same build.
No.
And it's just always it's always this lazy fucking thing that they do every time. It's just, let's just make them fucking all different colours. And I don't know. What's she saying now?
No, as you said, Mary's going to get the fuck off.
Yeah.
Do you want to die? Do you want to die?
It's happening. Well, we ended it here anyway, so yeah.
No, we're not going on to Tweethead Panthro then.
Panthro can wait till next week.
Panthro's next week.
Yes.
Maybe we should not give a fucking whole hour of our chat to the fucking drama that went on this week.
Well, it had to be addressed. Yeah,
sadly. Hopefully we covered it all as best we could.
Well, we had to cover it in a way.
It's hard as well because there's things that we know from both sides as well that we're not live, we can't share. So it's really difficult to like have this conversation. It's like
you can't share.
It's like having a conversation, you know, and you know a lot more, and you can't really say anything. It's fucking annoying. But unfortunately, respect must be paid to the people. It's their business. And the more information that comes out, the more damage it's going to do to either party. So we want it to try and be fixed.
The problem as well is like, unfortunately, with people thinking they're being these like superheroes or whatever, saving the day by sharing certain things, they're literally just causing more problems. It's
Did Jan have
literally
some sort of? Didn't Jan suck cock have a problem with us for sharing a post that Jay had already written and put out to loads of people already? What was the issue?
Yeah. Anyway, it's like, you know.
Suck a cock, Jan. Sorry,
But
not RaddTitan anymore, bro. My apologies. It's not my problem.
that's why I
How many
hate you.
years ago was that? I didn't even fucking know you were.
But the thing is, as well, is like, you know, yeah, it has to be discussed with them. They have to talk these things through themselves, and by sharing screenshots and whatever else, you're really not helping the situation. You're causing a lot more problems with it. So yeah.
I sent the screenshot to Alex of what Jay told me what he wanted to say, and Alex has still done the right thing and read it instead of shared it, which is the right thing. You shouldn't be sharing stuff like that. It's too personal, and it shows only an abusement of trust. That's all that proved there is that what you did there is you, in trying to support Jay, you actually made him look worse by doing that. You made him look much worse. So it's unfortunate, but hopefully it's not irreparable. So let's hope we can see some collaborations in the future, or we can hope that maybe XM don't stand in the way of Jay getting his own Marvel license, because I think he's earned it, or working together or whatever. So God bless and good luck, everybody. And let's have a less stressful and less high pressured week next week.
Hold on a second. Wait a minute.
Oh dear.
Hold on. Let me just read this again. So, views back or sick of views. Shit. Okay.
Oh no.
Wait.
Let's go again.
It's not going out.
Oh wow. Okay. So this is new. Apparently, the guy who won the Thor, so the Legendary Beast Thor,
Yeah.
Corey McCoy. So this has come from his brother-in-law. It says, "Hi Alex, wanted to contact you on behalf of my brother-in-law, Corey McCoy. He won the Thor a few weeks back, but he got sick a few weeks back with a nasty respiratory infection that triggered a cardiac event, and he's been having medical complications since then. We're actually tuning into the show as I type this, and he's asked me to reach out and ask you to pass his 4 along to the Edwin guy that stays in Brazil. He's actually Puerto Rico. As he passed his prize to a US guy. I can have him or his wife email you to confirm." Wow. I'll have to find out whether Corey's prize has already been shipped out or not. But that's pretty good. I really hope Corey goes better. Again,
let's hope he's okay, man.
And that's a really, really nice gesture.
Well, he had like an infection and ended up having a heart attack as a result.
Well, he had a respiratory infection and it triggered a cardiac event.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Well, what was his name?
Corey McCoy.
Corey McCoy. Just so when I go to chat, make sure I put him in prayers. But wishing you well, man. That fucking sucks. And thanks for your brother for reaching out to us. Obviously, we'll try and sort that out if we can.
No, I wish you all the best, and that's a really nice gesture. I'll reach out to
we got to double check that. Just make sure that's not Edwin Diaz trying to get more fucking statues for free.
Yeah, there's a right Edwin Diaz.
Account. For God's sake, Edwin fucking caplocks King Diaz. Jesus.
Yeah,
there's already fucking 2 of them. We don't need any more.
You got the one that looks like Tony Ferguson from his picture, and then
God bless you, and wish your brother well. And thanks for tuning in, man. And we'll definitely, if we can fix it, if it hasn't gone out already, we'll try and sort it.
Definitely.
Once we have it confirmed that it's you. But God bless.
Peace out.
See you next week.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Oh, I clicked the wrong button there.